Ooh, Ooh. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Been a while. While. I am in my Halloween costume for the month, for the season. Keep the fit, the tail. I don't know if you can see that. I watched Adventure Time for like the first time since I was a kid, like all the way through, and man, what a cartoon. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. It's about horror and Halloween and spookiness. What I want to talk about is my favorite horror games since I was a kid, really. I've been playing games for a very, very fucking long time, and my glasses are crooked because my face is fucked up. I just wanted to talk about a few of these in no real particular order. I just want to talk about these in probably the order that I could talk the most about. These are just games that I've played, that I've enjoyed. These are horror-esque. Some of these aren't completely horror. They're more of like just what I would constitute as horror and what I find scary and spooky and just fits into the overall vibe. But I think this whole list goes pretty well. Starting off with number one, I want to start off with Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. If you've never played this game as a kid, then let me tell you, this shit freaked me the fuck out. I want to start off with one that I played only as a kid. I do have a copy of it now, and I want to stream it. But it's Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. If you had this as a kid, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. This game nailed an atmosphere to a Scooby-Doo that I haven't seen recreated since. They understood the assignment beyond just making it a little dog that talks sometimes, you know. It's actually kind of scary, and there's a legit mystery, and the graphics aren't too bad for PS2 at least. It's just so fucking wild, man. I still think about this game today. The music, the laugh track, the sound effects from the monsters, like everything like freaked me out as a kid. But it's definitely one of the first ones I ever played that like I would constitute as like a spooky game. Just environment alone, just atmosphere, just completely insane, man. Between this and playing Tony Hawk games, like I was destined to be a fucking weirdo. Second game I want to bring up from my childhood is the Aliens vs Predator game for the PS3. If you play this, then you know exactly what I'm fucking talking about. This game was like, you know how in Spider-Man Ultimate you got to play as Venom and you were just like, wow, this is cool. Like I've never played I didn't know this was like a thing you could do, you know, like you're gonna play as Spider-Man in a Spider-Man game, right? And this game goes, hey, you're fucking Venom. Why don't you go kill that fucking kid? You kill a kid, man, and it's portrayed as like, man, that's fucked up. Why would you do that? And you're just like, oh, I'm Venom, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why. I just, you know what? Slap it on the list. Spider-Man Ultimate. Playing as Venom was freaky. His voice, terrifying, man. The way he would just be like, I'm hungry. You'd be like, what the fuck, dude? Venom fucking eats people. Holy shit, dude. That's crazy. Come here. And now that the new Spider-Man's out, and man, it's a poor boy with no PS5, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that so much. I was a PlayStation fanboy my whole life. Only recently I moved on to just PC, just overall, because I don't want to buy PS5. So in 3-4 years, I'll play the Spider-Man 2 game for PS5 on PC, eventually. Until then, pray for me. I'm going to try and avoid spoilers until then. Anyway, back to the original game I had on this list was Aliens vs Predator. I played these games around the same time, so they all gonna blur together. Aliens vs Predator, like how I was saying, where you got to play as Venom, and you're like, holy shit, I can be a monster? So Aliens vs Predator is like, do you want to be the alien? And do you want to fucking mess people up? Because yes, I do. You got to obliterate people like crazy. It was like stealthy. You were just picking them off one by one. You had your tail as like a ranged attack. Like so good, man, so good. And it's just crazy how it hasn't like just been touched on again, it's always about the Marines. I just want to specify, these are the games I have played. I have played these games. If we're talking about like my favorite horror franchise overall, this is a very different list because I've never played a lot of horror games despite me enjoying them so much. Next on the list is Dead Rising. This is probably not a surprise to some people because if you've been on the channel for long enough, then you've seen I've played 2 and 3, and I've talked about maybe playing 4, but I probably won't. That game looks like shit.
But, you know, his sense of humor is better.
You messed with my camera again, right?
You're a quick one.
That's what she said.
But we don't want to force funny down people's throats. We want the
gamer to decide what's funny and what's not.
It is horror. It is spooky. It is still goofy though. I didn't give a shit about that kid in that game, Katie. And then when you fail to get her Zombrex, seeing Chuck get so depressed in that ending, like legitimately changed me as a preteen. It was kind of traumatic for me. Seeing this man lose his daughter like that in a video game that hasn't really been seen before like that really freaked me out.
Katie, sweetie, you okay? Katie? Katie.
It's not your fault. We should get ready to go.
But yeah, I just wanted to throw Dead Rising in there. It's probably the least horror out of all of these games, but I on a list with Scooby-Doo? What the fuck is wrong with me? It probably goes Scooby-Doo then Dead Rising. So Dead Rising is just a little bit more spooky than Scooby-Doo, which is crazy because Dead Rising has like gore and dismemberment. But yeah, Dead Rising, it gave me nightmares as a kid, honestly. The way they handled the way people turning and the way you see the bad endings is so like cut and dry and dark. I remember watching all of them as a kid on YouTube, like I want to see what all the endings are, like out of morbid curiosity, and it fucked me up, dude. I should not have watched that. I didn't look up like live leaks and stuff when that was a big thing when I was a kid. This was my live leaks, looking up the alternate darker endings of Dead Rising 2. Yeah, Dead Rising, it's got to be up there for me. Alright, moving on to something I can really sink my teeth into, the Resident Evil series. And I didn't want to sit here and talk about all the Resident Evil games. I wanted to really try and narrow it down. So I'm just going to give you my one answer, and this is going to be possibly controversial. I think the best Resident Evil game is Resident Evil 2 Remake. And I say that, and I 100% mean it. It is, from start to finish, really tight. It is serious. That one scene wherein you're like just being introduced to the Lickers for the first time, and you're walking down the police hallway, and it's dead fucking silent, man. And you're low on everything, and then you see that fucker crawling on the ceiling. And I remember when I first played it, just walking backwards and just my heart racing, and I was just like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, what the fuck is this thing? Because I hadn't played the original Resident Evil 2. So the remake was my first introduction to the Resident Evil series in general. I've never played a Resident Evil game until RE2, and I think that, as well as it being such a good experience, is probably the reason why it ranks so highly for me. If I were to make a real list, it's probably like 2 or 3, honestly. Like, it's that up there for me, and I think that game is that good. I will always sing praises to Resident Evil 2 Remake. I really want to play 4. I've never played it. I really want to. Didn't even play the original. I know everybody loves 4, and they haul it as like the best one of the series, and I can see that from like what the game has to offer, the original that is. So what I want to do is I want to play the remake, I want to play the original, I want to play all the original Resident Evils and see what they had to offer, because the remake for 2 just had such an impact on me. Like, I can't sing its praises highly enough. The next game I want to talk about, FNAF VR Help Wanted, I think it was called. The franticness I felt playing the little like vent repair, I think it was called. Like, just here's some footage of me freaking out. All right.
Welcome to Vent Repair. Fazbear.
What? 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 No? What? Did I just skip the tutorial? Where? Fucking... What the fuck? What the fuck? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What is... No, 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 no! No, no, no! No, 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 no! What is it? 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 What? What's happening? Is anything even happening? Am I just freaking out?
Motion trigger. Breaker room.
No. Okay.
Well done.
Scared? What? Hello? What? No? What? What the fuck? What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, I freaked out, man. I haven't panicked like that with anything I've done in my life, dude. And I've paid taxes. I've bought a car. I got an apartment. Like, these are all things I never thought I could do because I was never taught how to do them. And I would say the FNAF VR is up there with one of the most traumatizing things I've done as an adult. I watched Markiplier play that game because I was like, am I just like bad at maintaining composure? But the answer is no. It demands so much from you so quickly. The VR games are so good. They're so good. Vent Repair scared the piss out of me, dude. My legs literally shaking. Probably the loudest I've ever screamed playing a video game, right next to the next game I'm going to talk about. But I just want to put an honorable mention right there for FNAF VR. It's probably not my top 5 even, but definitely deserves recognition for how batshit crazy they went with FNAF VR, and I don't think it gets enough praise. It's genuinely, I would say, like the best FNAF game. Go watch the FNAF movie, by the way. I want it to beat the Mario movie in terms of how much money it made. I just think that'd be really funny. I just think that'd be really funny if they did that. It'd be really funny. I just think that'd be funny. Now onto the game that I have screamed the absolute most on, and that is Mortuary Assistant. Stop! I remember that scream so well to this day and being instantly embarrassed because of how real it was. For what it is, how it was made, and how many people worked on it is almost like an achievement in itself. You know what I mean? It's one thing when it's Resident Evil 2 remake being astonishingly good, but it's another thing when a game like Mortuary Assistant is like brings new things to the table to the horror genre. You know what I mean? So I think that absolutely deserves a shout out. I wouldn't knock it too high up there because gameplay wise I was kind of hit or miss, but like atmosphere and like the scares, like excellent. Some of the best I've ever seen. Like I feel like movies need to take shit from that because of how good it was. So Mortuary Assistant has to be up there for me. It's so underrated. All right, so the last one for the list, I just want to make this an absolute honorable mention. This is not a horror game, but this is like my earliest memory of being terrified by a video game. And I want to give it to Tomb Raider, and I don't even know what game it was. It was like a greatest hits it was a greatest hits collection or something like that for the PS3 or PS2 maybe. I don't remember. It was so long ago. But I just remember there's a certain level and you're like in a temple and you're running from something like a monster that's chasing you. And you have a character who's like, you have to run, like get out of here. And I remember being so terrified, like I threw the controller away from me and just was like, I don't want to play this anymore. I hate this. Like I covered my face. I was freaking out. And it was fucking Tomb Raider. Just a quick little editor's note. That was Tomb Raider Legends for the PS2. It was the second level. And I'm watching it back. Yeah, I was such a bitch. My number one horror video game pick is, and this is hard because I want to say the whole series because 1 and 2 are so solid, but 3 really sucked. And by now you probably already figured it out, but it's Dead Space. And I'm gonna go with Dead Space 2. Dead Space 2, I feel like just amplified what Dead Space 1 was all about by like 100. The story was so good, man. The gore was so awesome. Isaac, one of the most iconic video game characters to me. His design, I think about it constantly. As a guy who's just a regular ass fucking dude, and he is like, I am going to murder God. And it's just so fucking cool, man. The necromorphs and how they work are so interesting. The psychological aspects of all of it were so cool. The mini games were like really small, but they were just good enough. There were great puzzles. The shooting was so creative. The plasma cutter, so fucking cool. The Ripper, all that shit. It's in space. It's sci-fi. It's unique. It's so fucking cool, man. And they had to ruin it. They ruined Dead Space. And I feel like that's why it has to be number one for me, because Remake isn't a new Dead Space game. I hate to say it. It's cool to have Dead Space 1 at 60 frames, whatever the fuck new content they added in, but it's not a new Dead Space game. And I have to put Dead Space 2 as number one because we'll probably never get another new Dead Space game. Anyway, hope you guys like this type of content. I mean, I'm gonna try some new stuff because I just want to do new things. Let me know if you like this type of content in the comments. Obviously, gaming's still gonna go up. I'm thinking of doing more streams soon, probably some spooky streams, maybe play some of the games on the list. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Who knows? Maybe I'll play something else. You know, just let me know what you guys want to see. If you want to see any games, any type of things, if you want me to see me talk about anything, just fucking throw it in the comments. I might do it. You don't know me. Let me know how you like the new microphone. It's brand new. I got an XLR mic now. I'm fancy. It took so long. Alright, now for the portion of the video that I didn't want to make its own video about, because I feel like I do that constantly. But I took another break, as obvious. Didn't want to, but it just kind of had to happen. My old mic started breaking on me, and it made it completely unusable. I also don't get paid a lot at my real life job, so it took me a while to save up for a new mic, but I was able finally to afford a pretty decent one finally. So Hopefully now the quality matches my expectations. Considering the amount of fucking money I put in this fucking... I'm so sorry for everybody who I get them hyped up and I get their expectations high for videos to be coming out, and then I just disappear for a few months and I don't post anything, I don't say anything. I just want to apologize to you guys because that's kind of fucked up of me to do that. I just want to say happy Halloween to everybody out there. I hope you guys are having a good one. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe and leave a comment. Like I said, let me know what you think about this style of video. Let me know if you want to see other things, or if you are absolutely hate this and you're just like, go back to doing videos, play Minecraft or Fortnite. I don't know, just tell me. I appreciate you guys. Have a great holiday, and I'll see you on the next video I do, whatever it may be. Bye.